This is so like if you make that point you just made, because the ox said that your brothers is basically all who you got in this truth for real. This is John chapter 15 verse 13. It says, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." And who was the ultimate one who laid down his life for us, which is Yahweh Shai. He laid down his life for us on the cross. That his brother, which is first and foremost the elect of Israel, will have salvation within the Lord. Okay, so that right there ain't no greater love than that, which shows that you know that's your brother. That's a brotherly act right there. Verse 14 says, "Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you." Right. So when you go into that word friends, it mean brethren. When you go into that word friend, it mean brethren. So you know, ultimately, Yahweh Shai is our big brother. So how much more is we supposed to treat, those that's on earth with us? If we glory in Yahweh Shai and praise Yahweh Shai and obey Yahweh Shai, who is our big brother, we supposed to do the same. We supposed to have that same respect for the brothers who we have, on earth.
Okay.
This is First John chapter. This is First John chapter 4 verse 20. "If a man say, I love Yahweh, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love Yahweh whom he hath not seen?" Right, and that's basically contradicting yourself, man. All right, because with the commandments, greatest commandment is to love Yahweh Hashem Yahushua with all your mind, your heart, and your body, and your soul, man. All right, then it's this after that it say to love your neighbor. If somebody could get that, Bible question, I don't want to butcher it, but that's what the Lord commanded us to do. So you can't say you love the Lord and hate your brother, because you're supposed to love both. You're supposed to treat your neighbor as you would treat yourself. Okay, you're supposed to treat your brother with respect, with the utmost respect. All right, because that's your neighbor.
Hey, read that script one more time.
This is First John chapter 4 verse 20. "If a man say, I love Yahweh, and hateth his brother, he is a liar."
If a man say he loveth Yahweh and hateth his brother, he is a liar. You lying. Because it's a commandment to love your brother. And if you love me, what would you do? Keep the commandments. So
Right.
if you hate your brother, you a liar. Because you not keeping the commandments. And then one more time, Leviticus 19:17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. That's a commandment. You're supposed to love your brother. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, your fellow Israelite. A Chinese man is not your neighbor. A white man is a so-called white man is not your neighbor. A so-called African is not your neighbor because he's not a fellow Israelite, man. Point blank, period.
This is Matthew chapter 22 verse 36. It says, "Master, which is the great commandment in the law?" Yahweh Shai said unto them, "Thou shalt love thy Lord thy power with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment." Right. So just like the Akmei made a beautiful point. If you say that you love the Lord and hate your brother, then you a liar, because in John the 14th chapter, it says, "If you love me, ye shall keep my commandments." All right. And the first commandment is to love the Lord. Verse 39, "And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets." Right, man. And you gotta, man, you gotta understand that you don't receive no greater love than the type of love you receive from a brother, man. You don't receive the type of love, from your own blood and family, okay? But you receive a greater love from the Akim, because why? The Lord, that's a love sent from the Lord, man. That's why brothers in this truth, that's why we so,
United.
like we are, man. Especially Great Millstone, you know, because the Lord is dealing with us, man.